Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. Got a video today from Rich by Design.
Word on the streets is that these barbers are getting out of hand with these prices, and black men in particular are not too happy about it, and they are vocalizing their concerns.
I noticed that a lot of the videos replying or talking about this issue is a lot more black men. Yeah,
be in the hood where these folks is barely making it, talking about you charging $100 a haircut.
That's crazy.
And some people like this. Anytime that you're of service to anybody else, that means that I'm freely giving my time, my energy, my emotions, my all to make sure you're good. Start pouring back into your clients. Some of these folks come pay you this money just so they can hear something else from you, man. That's why I'm booked. But you have to know your demographic. Bro, you can't be in the hood where these folks is barely making it, talking about you charging $100 a haircut. And some people like this. Bro, if you good, do the math. If you cut 10 heads at $40 a piece, every day that's $400. You do that 5 days a week, that's $2,000.
Correct.
That's $8,000 a month. How you can't live off of that?
I actually like how he broke that down because it proves that a lot of these barbers want to make triple the money, but they want to do 1/3 of the work. They call it working smarter, not harder.
Next. Right. We going on my boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How much you cut? It's just 100.
Damn.
Next.
And that's what it's going to take. A lot of people saying, you know what, I'm taking my ball and going home. I'll cut my own hair or I'll just cut it all off and go bald.
How's it going, bro?
It's going good, bro.
How long you been cutting hair for?
Actually, it's actually my first day.
How long you been cutting hair, bro?
Going on 10 years now, bro.
Alright, how much you charge?
$100.
One thing I really love about comedians is that when they do a skit, a lot of times it's something that's actually going on in
because it always is such a grain of truth to it.
real life. It's not even made up. It's based off of real life interaction.
I don't fucking understand how there's barbers that are still not charging $100 knowing their worth. You're not selling haircuts. You're selling confidence. That's what it is. Confidence. I charge $100.
You didn't instill confidence in me. You know, like I look confident because I look good, but okay.
I'm selling an experience and I'm selling confidence to them. That's why
I said it once and I will say it again. These barbers nowadays have lost their fucking minds. They're some of the biggest scammers of all time. Because what do you mean that you charge your clients $100? Then, gang, I looked at your work. Your work is dog shit, gang.
83.99. Okay, yes, that's our birthday.
That's cut. I can't even see the line up. Where's the line, gang? It don't even like you cut them. It's like you might have trimmed up in the back or you get them
for $83.99
taper. But you that work is not $100 worthy, gang. Only time I'm spending $100 on a haircut is if it's a house call. I'm not spending $100 for no regular ass cut, gang. No bullshit. Then, some of you barbers don't even know what y'all be doing. Y'all be receiving niggas' hairlines. You know what I'm saying? Then try to spray it over with the Beijing shit.
You are now looking at one smart.
True.
Yo, are you serious? This is literally the definition of pocket watching. What does how much my clothes cost have to do with you charging for the haircut? Like, the two do not go together.
They just turn into women. Oh, you make this much money? Then you should be spending this much money on me. Like, motherfucker, just because I make good money doesn't mean I have to throw my money around.
In other words, I see money and I want it. I know a millionaire that drives a Toyota Tundra 2001, 2002, right? But the dude has a $300,000 watch collection. In other words, people spend money on things that they care about, and they're more conservative on things they don't care that much about. So in that case, he cares more about clothes than he does the haircut.
Did you see that thing about the barber industry down $412 million?
Really?
So they charging $100 a haircut. So now people are losing their shops. All y'all that went to,
you get.
Yeah.
You went for that bullshit.
Yep.
You could have.
I love Godfrey. I saw him at the Hollywood Improv, and it was probably one of the best shows.
30 customers paying between 50 and $60, but you want to charge $100 to 10 customers. Why would you do that? Every person you cut is not going to be a celebrity. No, you're not charging me that much. I got my people.
Like, even if celebrities making a lot of money, they don't want to pay ridiculous, exorbitant prices just because they're celebrities.
You know it's sad when a celebrity who probably makes more money than the average person is saying you're tripping.
Barbers, y'all getting out of control. Y'all are getting out of control. And y'all gotta stop this motherfucking waste management satanic work that y'all damn do. Bro, these motherfuckers get a couple of followers and TikTok views and they just think they could charge me $150. So I said, hold on, play what? Hold on. All you doing is just making sure that my lineup is crispy.
Isn't that sad? Cam Newton got to make a public service announcement that y'all are tripping about these prices.
And Cam Newton don't care about money like that, right? But he understands $150.
He probably makes more than the average man, and $150 is still crazy and outlandish to him.
How much he charge you for that, big baby?
Man, like $700 last minute.
You got to get $650 back.
Yeah.
$650 for labor. Let me ask you a question though. When the hairpiece came off, did it hurt more than any punch you took that night?
It's so funny because I didn't realize it came off, but I felt a draft. I had like an indoor AC moment. I'm like, nah, I don't think it happened. But then I'm sitting down and my coach is giving me instructions, but he stuttered twice. And that's what gave him, he never stuttered. He's like, he looked up like this, like his eyes said, I said, oh shit. I said, no, if this shit really would have came up, I'm gonna look at the Jumbotron, because the Jumbotron gonna have the replay.
Yeah.
So when I went like this,
ridiculous.
And I said, oh shit.
Poor brother. I mean, I almost wanted to post his picture of him getting punched and his hair just popping up as a meme, but
I said, we're gonna roll with it. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
And I got up, I toasted in the crowd. I said, it's time to get back to work. So
now you would think something like that costs $700 would be able to stand the test of time. And I thought that those things were supposed to last at least 2-3 months or something like that. And quick side note, if you're actually looking to make money on YouTube, I run a small private YouTube growth group on school. It's $50 a month. We do live weekly calls, live channel audits, and I show.
Hey, if you guys are, I know that boy Will / Rick by Design. I was just actually in a mastermind with him when he was coming up. So I think he's actually very smart and understands the game quite well. I would suggest if you guys are into YouTube and want to know about YouTube, maybe check him out.
Show you what's working on YouTube in 2026. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description and pinned in the comment section.
His channel will be linked below and you guys can go through his channel and get to all of that.
Come across this one. It says, brothers, what's a fair price for a haircut in 2025?
Okay, I said it. Mid fade. Just a bit trim. Takes him about 35 to 40 minutes. He charges 30 to 35 bucks. Again, I don't remember which it is. I really probably should ask him. I think that's fair. Give the man 40 bucks. Fair. Sometimes I'll give him 50 if I'm feeling generous that day.
Current price is too high. And the comment section is going a little bit like this. $20 to $25 max. I cut my own hair now. I was with my barber for over 10 years, paying $25 until 2 years ago when he upped the price to $50. And he didn't tell me till after the haircut was finished. That's disrespectful. After I paid him, I went straight to Target and bought my own clippers and researched on YouTube how to do it yourself. And I've got pretty good at it. It's not hard at all. But yes, these prices are out of control.
I charge $75 a cut.
$75 per cut? Does that depend on anything? Like hair, no hair, beard, no beard?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, right? So at this point, I've been having clients for over 15 years. I barely take any new people. Like, you have to like send me a DM. You can't even really book with me, right? You have to like ask for it, because at this point, I'm about building up other people. I done had my time. I charged $100 a cut a couple years ago, and I heard all those same things from people. Like, dang, Stan, like, I understand, bro. You busy. You got to school now. Like, I don't really have the time. People were paying it, but it was every 2 weeks, once a month. But when I was building my school, I was working every day, so I didn't necessarily have time, so it worked out. But seeing other people in my own shop wanting to do that, when I knew they didn't necessarily put the work in to acquire that, I went back down to 75, because I'm like, nah, I don't want y'all to get caught up in this. Thinking, well, we'll do it, I'm here, I could do that too. Because I seen people in my own shop do that. Because I passed off a lot of clients because I couldn't take them anymore. My focus was building the school. And then they were like, well, you can pay me the same thing you pay Will. And my customers were calling me. And they were like, yo, they're like, bro, no, I'm not doing that. Like, he doesn't have the relationship, the resume. You know, I can't get my hair cut at 6 o'clock in the morning. There was tons of extra things that made a person felt like I was worth that. And they weren't producing that.
Okay, so dude said a lot, but what I took out of it is this: monkey see, monkey do. He's charging 100. I feel like I should charge 100. Yep. That's what the problem is. Social media and people in their lives are charging $100, so they think that they're entitled to it too.
You cannot have freedom as a barber charging $35 a haircut, working 12+ hour days. Most barbers at that point are just working to pay their bills and just barely get by. They trade their most valuable resource, which is time, just to make the same income.
10 people is $350 a day. What are you talking about? That's way more than most people make.
Month after month. Don't fall for the trap these OG barbers are preaching, because they're going to be lifelong barbers not by choice, but because they've trapped themselves in this reasonable price bullshit. If their advice of keeping prices reasonable actually worked, we wouldn't be seeing dudes missing out on their kids growing up or dipping out on family vacations just for a $35 haircut on a Saturday night. Take Taylor Thomas, for example. A few months ago, he was charging $35, just making $6K per month after month. Last month, he made $12.5K cutting hair, when before he almost completely gave up on barbering just to sell cars because he didn't think there was any money to even make past 10K per month cutting hair. Now, he did this doing two things. One, he got 96 new clients booking with them in a 30-day time span. And number two, he raised his prices up to $75 a haircut. Now, of course, he didn't just fucking raise prices up from $35 a haircut to $75 in a single day. That would be dumb as fuck. But we did this across a few months strategically. That way, he wouldn't see his income dip. Everyone is afraid of charging higher price points as a barber. But when you build your business correctly, instead of like the average backyard hustler, the average barber, your business can and will scale, unlike all these OG barbers who've been cut for 20+ years, still making the same fucking income month after month.
See, now I'm gonna have to get in my financial literacy bag, bro. Charging more money does not equal freedom, especially when you have to show up every single day just to get paid. You don't really have a business, you have a job, bro.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. If your barber is charging you $50, $60, even $70 in 2025, and he's a top-notch barber, he's really looking out for you. Because you do not understand the amount of attention to detail, the skill, the judgment, the 10,000 hours it takes to become a master barber that go into cutting that hair.
I didn't know there was such thing as a master barber.
In a 30 to 45 minute window and being perfect with it. That is just like Anthony Edwards going out there and scoring 45 points night after night after night. Going 80% from the three-point line, when the game's on the line, hitting every free throw, and
there's no competition. You're not competing against anybody. At least the mother chuckers are competing against another team. You're just doing the exact same job every time.
Not fouling out. When you're a barber, you cannot mess up. Because if I mess up on that line, that client's never coming back. If I take too much off the top, that hair is just not going to grow back immediately. So paying $70, $80, it's a lick. Because if you go to a doctor,
I mean, there's some people that think it's worth it. Yeah, like they care that much about their hair. They care that you in particular cut their hair. Yeah, then they're willing to pay for it, but not everybody is.
The doctors with the most skill in the world, the most skilled technicians in their field, they're charging you $1,000 per session, and a barber's only charging you $80. And the time that it takes to gain that skill, you're getting blessed. I just gotta let y'all know, because y'all...
He compared it to a surgeon who went to school for what, 10, 12 years, residency for 2, 3, 4 years, became a top surgeon. Yeah, the man deserves a lot of money.
Bro, I honestly hate to have to do this to a black man, but I gotta make him look stupid for the simple fact he threw out a lot of crazy arguments that made zero sense unless you don't use your brain. The first argument about it being comparable to a doctor, hell no, it's not. Most doctors go training for 10 to 15 years. They control access to life and death. There's a lot of legal liability in their way. And also, it's not a whole lot of supply of those type of professions. In other words,
I mean, it's just the requirement to be a doctor is so high above board that, yeah, very very few people make that grade.
There are more barbers than they are doctors, straight up. The second argument that I want to touch on is the Anthony Edwards argument, which is the weakest one. You got to understand supply and demand, partner. There's 450 NBA players in the league. There's tens of thousands of barbers in the world, a dime a dozen. There's only one Anthony Edwards. Plus, on top of that, the market is already responding. Dudes are cutting their hair at home. Some of their wives and girlfriends is learning how to do fades. You got some mobile barbers undercutting shop barbers, and then you also have immigrant barbershops opening, charging half the price. The last thing I want to say is this, bro. Attention to detail is a part of your profession. It's the minimum standard. Imagine your doctor saying, basically, pay me more because I can't kill you. Like, bro, that makes no sense.
$5 is the most dangerous price range for barbers because you're not cheap, but you're not necessarily luxury either, right? You're right there in the middle, and people are expecting real professionalism at this stage. But I find it funny there's a lot of barbers at these prices that still acting like they charging $25 and $30. See, $50 to $75 is grown man prices, right? You're gonna have to step your game up. These clients, they're not coming to hang out like they used to at the barbershop. They're not coming to just hang out and talk your ear off and all that and see if you can get them right. They coming to get right. They coming for that consistent look that you always give, on schedule, and they trying to keep their busy lives going. So when they walk in, you can't be behind. You can't be texting, eating, taking smoke breaks. My bad, I gotta go do something right quick. None of that. That's over with, right? These people look at you. They paying attention to that type of stuff. And at $50 to $75, they ain't necessarily just paying for the haircut. They paying for precision and peace of that appointment, peace knowing they're gonna get what they always get, right? But a lot of barbers think it's just the fade that they paying for. But that's not it. They paying to get up out the chaos, right? That price range exposes a lot of weaknesses that barbers got. If you inconsistent, if you disorganized, if you late, if you got a dirty station, you wearing tacky clothes and all that, you gonna feel yourself lose clients at this stage, right? See, I don't care how nice the cut is. Most people not gonna deal with your lifestyle if it's tacky at these price points. So at $50 to $75, people still have options. That's what you have to understand.
100%. I love how this gentleman's putting it. If you're gonna charge that much, you better be damn good at your job and make sure the experience is top notch.
They can pay $40 somewhere else. They can pay $100 somewhere else, right? So you gotta earn their business, right? And let me be real. This bracket is full of a lot of barbers who think they leveled up because they charge a certain number on their price list, but their habits are still cheap. See, you can't charge grown man prices on those childish habits. At $50 to $75, you either become a professional or you get replaced. That's just the nature of it, right? These people can spin anywhere because they're not necessarily loyal to you, they're loyal to the experience. So if you're stepping into this bracket, stop playing. Be consistent.
I can see it if the man's been going to you for 4 or 5 plus years. They actually start becoming loyal to you as the person. But doesn't mean you can just screw their fade up and all of a sudden they're going to just be okay with that either.
Now look, I'm not going to do him like I did the previous dude for the simple fact he's at least justifying it in a more reasonable manner.
Yeah, I can agree with that. At least he is trying to at least provide more value for the amount of money he charges.
In other words, he's saying, listen, bro, at $75, if you're going to charge that, you have to give these people something and make them feel like it's worth it. You got to be professional, punctual, on time, and things of that nature. Now, look, in this next clip, I'm really torn about this one. In other words, I'm on the fence because I don't know if I think it's worth it or if I don't think it's worth it. I really just don't know, bro. I want to know what y'all think, though.
He paid $300 plus a $100 tip for this haircut. Was it worth it?
Now we're talking about like when women go cut their hair and do salon stuff. That's that kind of price now. And women have way more hair than we do. You got shampoo. Okay.
Enhance the hairline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I don't get this thing. This whole spraying thing. The hell? Oh, he's doing a whole facial. No, I'd rather go to where I go to Beverly Hills to get a facial for $300 and still get my haircut for $40. And that is a professional Korean med spa than some barber that probably doesn't fully understand what he's doing.
Guys, what is the max you would pay for something like this? Me personally, I don't give a damn about any of this. You know, my skin is fairly decent. Straight up.
I only care about this when I go to a professional spot that handles this in particular. So I care about my face.
I'm not paying
but
$400 for this. This is me personally. If you feel like you'll do it, let me know in the comments.
Not with a barber. Not with a barber.
Because I'm not. That's for damn sure. I ain't gonna lie, he doing more than most. It's definitely an experience for sure. Doing a skincare routine on dudes, giving them the steam treatment, you know, really getting. Oh yeah, he doing a lot. Oh, he doing a lot.
Yeah.
All right. All right, cool. Listen, if you're doing all of this, then maybe you can justify charging that amount.
Yeah, at this point now, at the amount of work he's doing, I'll give it to him.
But the vast majority of them are not doing this. I've never really seen nobody get this done. I don't know if they even
I've never seen this at a barber.
can have people in my city that offer this kind of service. But I will say this video is very oddly satisfying to watch. Dude then fell asleep. Maybe this is.
Every time I get a facial, I always fall asleep. Then the facials are like an hour and like 90 minutes. So again, $300 for 90 minutes of facial, professional Korean lady, you know, working on your face, making sure it's all top notch. $300 makes sense to me. $40 for the haircut afterwards also makes sense. $340. The man charged, tipped, paid $400 for this.
$400. He looked like he's been moisturized with angel sweat. The sweat of Jesus Christ himself moisturized him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is good work, bro. Oh, he's spraying the expensive kind, limited edition stuff. All right. Hey man,
it's actually a pretty good one.
All right, y'all. That's the end of the reaction.
He got me on that one. I was not expecting all of that for $300, but in my opinion, I would still go to a specialized place for facials that probably costs about $200 to $300. Maybe there's actually a lot of good facial places that are about $150 that use, you know, full top end products, and then go get your hair cut afterwards. I don't think you should combine the two because I feel like your skin plus your hair are not the same thing. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.